Welcome back to Montana this morning. We're just shy of 6:45 on this Wednesday, and we get started with weather news. The president declaring states of emergency in Florida, as well as Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands as a Category 5 hurricane barrels towards land. As the most powerful Atlantic storm in recorded history has started lashing parts of the Caribbean, it's making its way now towards Florida. Irma has sustained winds as high as 185 miles per hour. Seth Lemon has more for us this morning.
This is video from the eye of Irma, the most powerful Atlantic Ocean hurricane in recorded history. The storm has officially made landfall as it churns through the Caribbean, heading towards Florida.
After everything that happened in Houston, I think everyone is really paying more attention probably than they have in the past.
Topping the scale as a powerful Category 5 storm, winds have reached 185 miles per hour. Officials in the Bahamas issued its largest hurricane evacuation ever. In the Florida Keys, where most islands are 3 to 5 feet above sea level, storm surge could reach 10 feet.
We could be looking at wave heights that would literally put the ocean over the islands.
The storm is predicted to march toward Puerto Rico and Cuba before possibly heading toward the U.S. mainland over the weekend.
It's going to turn to the north. Is it going to be out here? Is it going to be right across Florida? Is it going to be in the Gulf Coast? Too early to tell.
President Trump has already declared emergencies in Florida, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Normally, it's a wait-and-see deal, but I'll be honest with you. This track of this particular hurricane could be so devastating that we're getting an early jump on it.
Despite the pressing need for resources after Harvey, Florida's governor insists FEMA is prepared and ready to help in case this powerful storm takes a toll. Seth Lemon for CBS News, Washington.
We are now taking a live look at the Caribbean, and this is where the storm is expected to pass, and Ed's telling us that the trajectory right now, that storm could head straight towards Miami, and what could make a bad situation even worse, a tropical storm has formed just behind Irma. The National Hurricane Center says that system, called Jose, could become a hurricane by Wednesday night, and we'll keep an eye on this storm as it develops and continue to update you on air and online. Here in Montana, the state's largest fire burning near Seeley Lake charred another several thousand acres last night, now burning a total of 120,000 acres. Fire managers say the Rice Ridge Fire and the Reef Fire grew together towards the north in the Bob Marshall Wilderness, adding the majority of the increased acreage. Mike Cole, the public information officer handling the Rice Ridge Fire, says the dense smoke is making their job even more challenging. He says they have been unable to get some aircraft up to assist due to lack of visibility. Cole also says, given the state of the fire season, not just in Montana, but throughout the West, resources are stretched very thin. And the Sprague Fire, which burned the historic Sperry Chalet and forced evacuations on the west side of Glacier National Park, has now grown to more than 13,000 acres. An evacuation order put in place on Sunday remains in effect today. The order runs from the south end of Lake McDonald north up the Going to the Sun Highway to Logan Pass. That includes campgrounds and 55 private homes. Looking at the big picture, the Rice Ridge Fire is the second largest fire in the nation, only behind a fire burning in Oregon. As nearly 1 million acres burn across the state of Montana, nearly 300,000 of those acres are encompassed in the 6 active fires on this map. These fires much to blame for the heavy cover of smoke, creating dangerous air quality conditions across much of the state over the last few months. And with more than 1,000 households displaced by the Rice Ridge Fire and hundreds of others dealing with the effects of a devastating wildfire season, it has been a difficult and expensive summer here in Montana. Thankfully, people are helping one another through the ordeal, and some of that help is coming from across the country, including one town destroyed by wildfire last year. MTN's Dennis Bragg has more.
It seems like there's no end in sight for the terrible 2017 fire season, with every day filled with smoke and fire and a constant deluge of evacuation orders. But that's not going unnoticed by other parts of the U.S., according to Missoula County United Way's executive director.
Over the weekend, my email inbox was blowing up from requests from people wanting to help, including several people in Tennessee, the Gatlinburg area, which was so devastated by fires last year. They said people reached out to help us, and we want to reach out to help Montanans.
Gatlinburg was the epicenter of one of the worst firestorms the U.S. has seen in recent years, when a devastating blaze later pinned on teen arsonist ripped through the Tennessee hills last November. Fortunately, we haven't seen that kind of widespread loss of property. But Patrick told me during our radio interview this morning the needs are greater here than you might think.
So at the request of Missoula County, we've set up 2 fire funds, one for Seeley Lake Rice Ridge and one for Lolo Peak, so that folks can go online to our website, MissoulaUnitedWay.org, make a contribution and know that 100% of the proceeds will help people affected by the fires.
And there's actually 2 funds going here, right?
Yes, yeah, just because some people feel, more strongly about one area than the other, or certainly folks could give to both. There is a lot of help needed.
United Way already has a system in place for evaluating requests and dispersing the donations, and the money is already helping.
Our first grants went to buy 25 HEPA air filters for Lolo Elementary School. Kids are so severely affected by this smoke. We're going to make a grant to the Montana Food Bank Network, which is helping to feed people up in the Seeley Lake area. So screening other requests as they come in.
In Missoula, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.
Thank you, Dennis. And people across Montana are lending their help to neighbors around the state as well. Alicia Burrington from Havre has set up a fundraiser of her own to support those affected by the East Fork fires burning near her, as well as other fires around the state. Burrington is making these Montana Strong decals. She's selling them for $5 a piece, and due to overwhelming support, is out of stock right now, but hopes to be able to take new orders in the next couple of days. Burrington says she originally hoped to sell around 300 decals, but is now up to over $1,000 and $9,000 in donations. For more information on where you can find these decals, or if you'd like to donate, you can visit our website, ktvq.com. Well, now some scary news out of Ennis, where a Missouri man is lucky to be alive after an encounter with a grizzly bear. Tom Sommer from St. Louis was attacked by the grizzly after his bear spray failed. Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks says it happened around 8 a.m. Monday near the Dry Gulch Cascade Creek area in the Gravelly Mountains. Now, a warning that some of the images you're about to see are graphic. These photos were shared by a friend of Sommer who said he received 90 stitches to his head after the attack. Sommer and his friend were hunting for elk when they came across the bear. FWP says the men yelled at the bear, which caused the animal to attack. Sommer's friend used his bear spray, but Sommer couldn't get his spray to work. Seconds later, Sommer was on the ground being clawed and bitten. The 2 men kept spraying the bear until it finally fled. Sommer was transported to the hospital, where he is now recovering. And now to local politics. With 1 week to go before the Billings City primary election, more than 12,000 voters have already turned in their ballots. Election Administrator Brett Rutherford anticipates a record turnout for this election, with a hotly contested mayor's race and 5 city council seats open. This is an all-mail ballot and must be returned to the elections office by next Tuesday, September 12th. That means it should be in the mail before Friday to make sure that your vote counts. You can also drop off your ballot up till 8 p.m. next Tuesday at the Yellowstone County Courthouse. And that's a look at headlines this Wednesday. Now we turn it over to Ed, standing by with a look at weather. Hey, Ed.
Hey. We got temperatures starting off fairly mild across much of the region. In fact, we have some downright cool temperatures to get started in much of the region for today. Looking at 39 to start today in Livingston, 38 in Jordan. At the Billings Airport, it sits at 51, 52 down in Cody. Sheridan's at 40 degrees, 49 in Miles City. So you see, there's kind of all over the place. We go from 38 in Jordan to 50 up in Glasgow to get started. And the western portion of the state, much the same. You can see some of the clouds move across the eastern portion of the state. They're high, thin clouds, but there is a little bit of cloudiness there. What we can't pick up at this early hour with infrared imagery, we can show you where the clouds are. What we can't see is the smoke that's over here in the western portion of the state, where already air quality in many cases is in the unhealthy all the way up into the hazardous category to get started. But with a high pressure area, a lot of the smoke is going to remain trapped over into the valleys of western Montana. And notice the greens and the yellows showing good to moderate air quality across areas east of the Continental Divide. We experienced it yesterday, and we should be able to enjoy some of those same conditions for today. So we do have an air quality warning into effect for these areas of west central and northwest Montana for this afternoon. Let's take a look and see what's happening with Hurricane Irma. We were talking about the path of that storm, and here is where it is right now as we start watching around Puerto Rico as that storm continues to move in. Now right behind it we have this next tropical storm here just starting to develop, Juan. This could easily become a hurricane right in behind it. So the one system developing in that same path of warm water right in behind, and then there's a third that's a tropical depression that's over here into around Mexico. You can see it here towards the Yucatan Peninsula, and that also could bring some very heavy rain into parts into the Gulf. Here's the most likely path as we take a look at it right now. As it continues to move past Puerto Rico and Cuba, it right now is forecast to take a turn which could take it right into the southern portion of Florida. Now this window shows pretty much the path, the extent of where it could go, so it could continue to push off towards the Gulf or take a turn and start to head up towards the Carolinas. But right now we're going to be bracing in southern Florida for the potential of one of the strongest storms that we've seen right now, the strongest Atlantic hurricane on record. Here's how things are looking for us across the region for us today. We've got a little bit of that cloud cover moving across, but otherwise a high pressure ridge continues to settle in across areas of the western U.S., and we're continuing to watch warm and dry conditions settle in across the region. And as we've seen so often throughout the summer months, we see a high pressure ridge settle in, and then as low pressure is off towards the eastern portion of the U.S., this just slowly meanders and pushes into the Rocky Mountain West, warming temperatures up progressively. We're going to be looking at readings moving up mainly into the mid to lower 80s today, some 70s for the higher elevations, and very dry. The humidities will be moving down into the teens and 20s for this afternoon. Tomorrow, we're going to build a ridge in so the temperatures start to move up a little bit more, and we'll be looking for temperatures to be back up into the mid to upper 80s, maybe a low 90, but a better chance of reaching 90 degrees by the time we start getting into Thursday. And then Friday afternoon, Friday and Saturday look the warmest. But notice that we're also starting to tap into a little bit of monsoonal moisture. This will be in the mid-level of the atmosphere, so it really doesn't bring a very good chance of rain to the lower elevations, but for some of the higher elevations, a shower or thunderstorm is possible. We'll also start to watch more of a westerly wind as we get later into the week. Bad news there, because suddenly that could tap into some of that wildfire smoke and start to move it back across the region. So we're just going to be watching the upper level winds to see how that starts to shape up here in the short term. Once we peak on the temperatures on Friday and Saturday, they'll level off a little as this next disturbance moves through. It flattens the ridge out a little bit. We're still going to be looking at warmer than average temperatures, but they won't keep climbing. They'll kind of just level off in the 80s. For today, mainly the 80s region-wide, and the gray shaded areas show where we have air quality alerts into effect for the western portion of the state. Sunshine, light winds, and low humidity across the eastern plains. For southern Montana, or really eastern Montana, northern Wyoming, across the entire region, looking at sunshine mixed with just a few high clouds, especially early, and light winds, low humidity. Temperatures in the mid to lower 80s today. The dry conditions let the temperatures drop off quickly overnight. We'll be into the 40s to low 50s early tomorrow. And then we begin to warm up a little bit more. The temperatures are a few degrees warmer in most locations tomorrow, and we're into the 80s for the daytime highs. And our day planner for today shows plenty of heat. We got our full moon out. Well, we've got the beginning of the sunrise now. We had a full moon from the overnight hours, and you see some of the haze around it. And then temperatures into the low 90s by the time we get into Friday and Saturday, and it kind of levels off next week. It's hard to find any rain, though.